Hi everybody, welcome back to lesson 5 of Growing in Trust. And today we are going to be talking about life seasons. I've kind of touched on it, I think, in lesson 3 about the season of life that you're in and how this is important to know when you are trying to determine the boundaries that you need to have in your relationships. So when we know our overall destiny, then we are able to say, like, I'm in this season of my life. How does that season match up with that overall destiny? Those two things you have to have in order to set appropriate boundaries for anybody in your life right now. So for example, if I'm in a building season, again, I'm just using that one because it's at the forefront of my mind because that's the season I'm in. I'm going to be able to say, like, I'm going to have to say no to some of the extracurricular activities, if you will. I'm going to have to say no to getting together kind of needlessly, I would just say, just for the benefit of hanging out. I can't do all of that right now. What I need to be saying yes to is I need to be saying yes to interviews. I need to be saying yes to speaking engagements and things like this because that's the season of life. There's grace on that kind of stuff to happen for me right now. And so that's going to be where I'm going. So I want to talk to you about how seasons of life are categorized, first of all. Some people like to just say, like seasons in the natural, there's summer, fall, winter, and spring, which is fine. If that's how you would like to categorize your life, then that's awesome. That's great. I list out, just so if you're unfamiliar with this terminology, I kind of list them in different wording just so that you have an idea, a more clear picture of what it means to be in different seasons, and you can quickly identify which season of life you're in. So as you read through the descriptions that I've listed in the PDF about the seasons of life, find the one that you're in the majority of, because there can be combinations too where it's like, well, I'm kind of waiting for things, but there's also other things that are growing. So you might be in two seasons, but pick the one that there is more of more of it happening in your life. You know, how in the natural we can have a transition time between, for example, winter and spring. It's kind of cold, but all the snow is melting. You know, it's like in between. Well, which one is it actually? Well, there's snow on the ground, so it's actually still winter. It's about to transition. So you can see through these, through what I've listed here, you can identify your season. And that's really all that you're doing in this lesson. The exercises and reflections at the end of this PDF are going to help you understand how that season is going to impact your boundaries right now. It's going to help you identify the type of people that you need in your life right now. It's going to help you identify the kinds of things that you need to invest from your own self into your life right now. It's going to help you identify, these are the things I need. There has to be a hierarchy in your life. You have to identify the things that I want, you have to identify the things that you need, and you have to establish the things that you need before you can move on to the things that you want, or else you're going to constantly be trying to rebuild. If you lay a firm foundation of like, nope, this is the things that I need, I'm just sticking with those in this season, you're going to have more and more and more seasons of you can have what you want in those seasons because you've put in the effort to build. If you're unfamiliar with me or my background, when I was doing my Ph.D., I was 24 when I enrolled to start my Ph.D. program. They told me it was a 7-year program. I said, I cannot say to you I could commit to something for 7 years. So I will do it in 3. And it was a very big deal. I had to meet with the dean of the school, I had to meet with the president of the school, they had to give me permission to take more courses. And they took a look at my what I had done during my bachelor's degree, what I had done during my master's degree. And so they wanted to see what kind of work ethic I had and things like that. Finally, they agreed to let me try it for 1 semester, right? That I would take double the amount of coursework. By the way, PhD coursework is nothing like a bachelor's degree. It is a lot of work. I was also working 40 to 50 hours a week, and I did that for 3 years. I did it for 3 years. And so by committing to that, I said I can do this in 3 years. I know I can commit that amount of time, that amount of energy of my life into this thing. I had to say no to a lot of stuff. I didn't see friends for There was over 7 months where legitimately I never saw one friend, not for 5 seconds, because every single second of my day, and I'm not over exaggerating, every single second of my day was allocated to go somewhere. I did not have 1 minute to spare, and I did that for 3 years. But the benefit is that I'm done with school now, right? I don't know if I'll go back or not. I do take classes here and there, but I don't know if I'll go back for a degree program, is what I mean, because I love to learn. But what I'm saying to you is that I set up a firm foundation for my life, and by the time I was 27, I had a Ph.D. So that is the kind of dedication that I'm talking about. You have to see what kind of season you're in right now and how that relates to the overall goal, the overall picture for your whole life. And being willing to put in the effort right now is going to have huge dividends later on in your life if you're willing to forego the things that you want and put the things that you need first. Okay, so keep that in mind as you are going through this lesson, and I'll see you in next lesson, which is lesson 6.